What if your biggest financial block is basically your own subconscious patterns? Hey there, and welcome to Money Mindset Podcast, the podcast where we dive deep into breaking through the inner blocks that keep us stuck, especially when it comes to abundance, wealth, and ease. If you have ever felt like no matter how hard you work, money still feels complicated, or like you're hitting an invisible income ceiling, you're not alone. Today's episode is all about uncovering what might really be going on, those hidden patterns that we don't even realize are holding us back. Today, we'll focus on self sabotaging money behaviors and stick for next 15 minutes because by the end of this episode you'll be able to spot at least one sneaky behavior you might be doing that's quietly draining your financial success and abundance. Understand why you are doing it. It's not about willpower or being bad with money, remember that, and walk away with real doable tools to start shifting your mindset and welcoming more ease and flow with money. So grab a drink, take a breath, and let's uncover what's been silently sabotaging your success, and more importantly, how to finally let it go. What exactly is self sabotage when it comes to money? At its core, self sabotage is when your subconscious beliefs and behaviors work against your conscious goals. You say you want more income, financial freedom, or ease, but then you undercharge, overspend, avoid looking at your bank account, procrastinate on big opportunities, or suddenly manifest big expenses or bills. Sounds familiar? Remember, these happen not because you're bad with money. It's just that you have been programmed to believe certain things about it. Most self sabotaging money habits aren't logical, they're emotional. They're usually rooted in stories you picked up in childhood, cultural beliefs, or past money trauma. You might have grown up hearing things like money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, or you have to work hard for every penny. And now, even if you're trying to grow your income or your business, these old stories are still running the show behind the scenes. You might be unknowingly blocking yourself from receiving more because deep down you don't feel like it's safe, deserved, or even possible. And here is the truth: you only receive what you believe you deserve. So if your self worth is shaky, or if you're carrying guilt, shame, or fear around money, you'll keep sabotaging. Not because you're weak, but because your subconscious is trying to keep you safe in familiar. The good news, you can change it. And today we are going to start uncovering how. Now that we know what money self sabotage is, let's talk about how it actually shows up in real life. These patterns are sneaky. They often feel normal or even responsible, but they quietly drain your power and block abundance. Here are five most common self sabotaging money behaviors, and maybe you will recognize a few. First, undervaluing your work. This one is huge. You might find yourself undercharging, discounting, or over delivering, especially if you are in a business or freelancing. And even if you're in a job, you might be working hard without asking for a raise or doing a job for which you're overqualified. You tell yourself, I just want to help, people. But underneath, there's usually a fear of rejection or a belief that you're not worthy of receiving more. Remember, you teach people how to treat you, especially with money. Two, avoiding money altogether. This looks like not checking your bank account, ignoring bills, or avoiding tech stuff. It might feel easier in the moment, but it keeps you disempowered. You can't grow what you're afraid to face. This is almost like being an ostrich. When you stick your head in the sand and hoping money just kind of sorts itself out. Third is procrastinating on income generating actions. You have a great idea. You could launch that offer or ask for a raise or look for a new job, but you put it off. Sometimes it's perfectionism. Sometimes it's a fear of success or visibility or a fear of being rejected. Self sabotage isn't always about failure. Sometimes it's also a fear of what happens if it actually works. Four, overgiving or over delivering. You're always saying yes, always doing just a little more. While generosity is beautiful, doing it at your own expense, that's a boundary issue. And it's tied to a deep need for approval or worthiness. When we overgive, we are actually signaling that we don't trust ourselves to receive or being good enough. Fifth is feeling guilty for earning or wanting more. This one is subtle but powerful. You want more, but the moment you receive it, you feel bad. You downplay your wins or you give it away. Money guilt is often tied to childhood stories, especially if you were told to be grateful for what you had, or so money create conflicts. These habits can run on autopilot until we see them. And here is the empowering part. Once you name it, you can change it. Stick with me because in the next section, we are going to walk through how to start shifting these behaviors into a more empowered, abundant mindset. So now that you are aware of some common self sabotaging money behaviors, you might be thinking, okay, so what do I do about it? The good news is awareness is already the first step. And honestly, it's a big one. You can't upgrade what you're not willing to look at. So let's walk through some of the powerful mindset tools to help you break the cycle and start shifting into an abundant version of you, the one who receives with ease. First, track your emotional triggers around money. Start paying attention to when you feel anxious, avoidant, or guilty with money. Is it when you check your bank account, when someone pays you a compliment, when you think about raising your prices? Instead of judging yourself, get curious. Journal in these moments and ask, what is the story I'm telling myself right now about money or worth? Second, use affirmations, but make them feel true. Affirmations aren't magic words, but they do rewire your subconscious with repetition. Start simply with phrases like, it's safe for me to receive more. I'm worthy of wealth. If these feel too far off, modify them. It should resonate with what you want. The key, consistency. It's like brushing your teeth, you just don't do it once. Third, write and rethink your money story. Literally write down your earliest memories of money. What did your parents say about rich people? How did they act during bill time? Did they fight about money? Then ask yourself, are these beliefs mine or inherited? And do they serve who I want to become? When you bring these beliefs into light, they lose their grip on you. Fourth, set energetic and practical boundaries. Self sabotage thrives in blurry boundaries. Say no when it's a no. Raise your prices with apology. Ask for a raise. Look for a new job. Stop overgiving just to feel worthy. Basically, declutter your energetic field. Every time you protect your energy, you signal, I trust myself with money. Fifth, forgive and release. Whether it's a debt, past mistake, undercharging, bad investment, trusting someone you shouldn't have, holding on to negative memories and shame blocks your abundance. When you are forgiving, you're not condoning the behavior, you're not saying it's right. But what you are saying is this, that I refuse to let this behavior trigger me and have control over my emotions. You're forgiving for yourself, not for the other. A very good trick is to make a list of all your past memories which trigger you with money, and then go through them and basically forgive. I use Opopono, which is a Hawaiian technique to release, where you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. But you can use any technique. You might have, it might be something related to your faith, something else you believe in. Don't get too caught on what technique you are using. The What is important is that you forgive and you feel that sense of lightness. Remember, you can't receive abundance if you're still punishing yourself for past mistakes made by yourself and others. These tools aren't about perfection, but they are about progress. Little shifts done consistently create powerful changes. And the best part, you don't have to hustle harder. You just have to believe you're allowed to receive. Let's now quickly wrap this up with a quick mindset reframe and a challenge to help you take what you have learned today and start living it. Okay, let's pull it all together. First, self sabotage is not a sign that you're broken. It's not a failure. It's not a weakness. It's just a pattern. Once that once protected you and now is just a little outdated. What if instead of shaming yourself, you saw these patterns as feedback, not flaws? Remember, you can't outperform your self worth, but you can upgrade it. So, here is your empowered mindset for today. I can choose differently now. I can let it be easy. I can allow abundance. And I want to leave you with a challenge, something doable, small, but powerful. So, your challenge is pick one self sabotaging habit that resonated with you. Maybe it's undercharging, maybe it's avoiding your money, maybe it's manifesting expensive. Maybe it's that little voice that says, who am I to? Now do just one small thing to shift it. Example, maybe raise your rates just by 5 to 10%. Ask for a small raise or look for a new job. Check your bank account and say thank you no matter what's there. Say no without explaining and don't feel guilty about it. Or just journal out your money story and end it with, I choose a new one now. That's how change starts. Small steps, loving awareness, consistent rewiring. And there you have it, a look into subtle, sneaky ways we self sabotage around money. and how to start shifting out of these patterns with grace, clarity, and little magic. Here is what I want you to remember: you are not bad with money. You have just been operating from old programming, and now you are learning to write a new money story. You're worthy of wealth. You're allowed to receive with ease, and it is safe to let money be simple, joyful, and abundant. If today's episode gave you a aha moment, I would love to hear about it. DM me, tag me in your stories, or share this episode with a friend who's ready to break the money sabotage cycle. And remember, you can always reach out to me and book a free 30-minute session to find out how I can help you change your relationship with money. Please also subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss any of the upcoming episode. Our next episode, which will drop tomorrow on Tuesday, 15th April, is a very good hypnosis session to cultivate a prosperity mindset. Remember, hypnosis is a great way to shift your mindset and remove those limiting blocks because it works directly on your subconscious brain. Until then, remember, you don't have to be perfect to be rich. You just have to get out of your own way. Stay abundant, stay empowered, and I'll catch you tomorrow.